No Saka, no Saliba, Odegaard injured in the first half, and no Havertz, and yet clean sheet, in control from start to finish. Domination. Arsenal 3, Nottingham Forest 0. Madueke is changing my opinion rapidly. The man got a standing ovation from the Emirates crowd. Eze was so good on the left. He's such a classy player. Martinelli is in trouble. Gyökeres gets his 3rd goal of the season. And that's what we signed him for. Goals. Get used to seeing this. Even Zubimendi got 2 goals. And 1 was a rocket. Arteta, you've done me very, very proud today. I cannot complain. 3-0 at home at the Emirates. Great performance. You put the lineup out there. You signed the players. So we're going to talk about it. Even with the fact that Saka, Saliba and Odegaard were injured, Mosquera, Madueke and Wanyeri all stepped up to the plate. I asked for players to step up and they did. This is your RASenal match review. Let's go, Gunners. We can be happy and sit back and watch the rest of the Premier League. Come on, you Gunners. Yes, people, then welcome back to RASenal TV. I am your host, Dini. It is Arsenal 3, Nottingham Forest 0 at full time. This is your match review, RASenal review, people. I am feeling good. And if you're feeling good, if you are new, make sure you subscribe here. If you are new to the channel, make sure you smash a like on the video and comment down below your thoughts on this game. People, it was a very, very good performance today. And as I said in the preview and in the lead up to this game, I want Arsenal to dominate. I want Arsenal's home form to be imperious this season. One of the things that Arteta said in his pre-match press conference and the press conference as well is that he needs the Emirates to become a fortress. And that's how you start the season. That's how you start as you mean to go on. 5-0 against Leeds, 3-0 against Nottingham Forest. We get these teams out of the way because too many times last season, these teams were holding us to 0-0 draws, 1-1 draws, or we might be losing the odd game to like a West Ham or this, that and the other. We cannot be doing that this season. And in the 2 games that we've had at the Emirates this season, absolutely imperious nonetheless. 8 goals scored, none conceded. 4 games played, 3 games with clean sheets. That's how you want to start the season, clean sheets. That's what makes the Liverpool game so annoying when you just don't try and experiment just a little bit with the players that you have. The Eze that we saw today could have started the game versus Liverpool when we faced them at Anfield. But you know what? I'm not going to get too deep into that. I'm not going to get too mad because we have actually played well today. And I want to big up Eze. I want to big up Madueke. I want to big up Mosquera. First person I'm actually going to big up is Mikel Arteta, because the first thing you do when the starting 11 comes out, am I slightly shocked when Declan Rice starts the game? Doesn't start the game? Yes. But in hindsight, obviously, he's played 2 games for England. With the amount of injuries that we've already had, that we had last season, with the big injuries to Havertz, to Saka, to Jesus, to Gabriel, and even with the injuries that we've had today with Martin Odegaard, with Saliba just coming back, with Saka slowly coming back as well, with Havertz still out injured and everything else, I think it was a good ploy from Arteta to not start Declan Rice in this game, because we don't need people getting injured from being overworked or overrun or anything else like that. He can probably get minutes coming up in the Bilbao game that's coming up on Tuesday, 5:45. Make sure you're subscribed because I'm going to be doing my preview to that game tomorrow. So make sure you're subscribed to RASenal TV and make sure you're locked in. Now, Mikel Arteta sets up the team. Eze starts on the left instead of Madueke, instead of Martinelli. I said I was worried about this because I'm thinking, I know Mikel Arteta, man can be stubborn in his ways to do what he wants to do, to maybe prove his point and this, that and the other. But Martinelli has had a run of games now to prove himself. Last season, towards the end of last season, he kept churning out games and just not churning out the results that we needed. Eze, on the left-hand side today, the left-hand side had a new lease of life, people. It absolutely had a new lease of life, and Arsenal were brimming with confidence from the left-hand side and the right-hand side. That's one thing we were actually I was very happy to see about today. I'm sure most Arsenal fans will let me know in the comments below of your thoughts as well, because from the left-hand side and the right-hand side with Madueke, we're going to get onto Madueke next, was dangerous. Madueke keeps saying, I want to talk about Madueke so badly, but we're going to get to you, Madueke. Just relax a second. You understand? Relax a second. Eze on the left-hand side with little flicks, getting around players, beating his man as well, just offering a bit more that Martinelli wasn't offering on the left-hand side. One thing that Eze always wants to do is cut in on his right foot and get a shot off as well, or he will get a cross in. The amount of times we had breaks because of Eze's flick, and was it Eze flick on at that point, or was it Gyökeres? I can't remember. When Marino was breaking down the left-hand side, this was in the second half. I think it was in the second half when Marino was breaking down the left. Or was it in the first half? I can't remember. But then he doesn't even play in. I think, was it in the second half? Was it in the first half? I think it was the first half. I think it was the first half, towards the end of the first half. But anyway, Eze was instrumental, and you see why Arsenal brought him, because he offers that little bit more of improvisation into his game as well. He's way more direct with Martinelli. Even when Martinelli came on today, I'm thinking a fresh Martinelli would come on and try attack his man a little bit, try get round him a little bit. But it was the similar Martinelli. Going down the line, cutting in, coming back, everything else. Eze is just a different kettle of fish on the left-hand side, and Martinelli and Trossard need to be worried about their playing time, especially in the Premier League anyway. They will get minutes in the Champions League most likely, but I think the Premier League is Eze's now. You have to start on the left-hand side, period. Someone that is starting to cook on the right-hand side is Noni Madueke. He was absolutely brilliant today, and we're going to talk about him in depth more in the player ratings. But in terms of today, as I said, and you lot know my opinion on Noni Madueke in the transfer window. When this transfer came across my desk, I said no, didn't want it to happen. Since he's put on the Arsenal shirt, the red and white, he's been great. He's been very good. I don't want to overhype it. I don't want to overhype Noni Madueke, but he's doing good things. Because I'm not missing Saka at the moment. The one thing that obviously Saka gives is goals and assists. But even the fact that Madueke is not giving that output in terms of goals and assists right now to Saka's level, the fact that he's beating his man constantly on the right foot and the left foot. I think his name was Morato, who was their fullback, the left back for Nottingham Forest today. Cooked. And one thing from when Arsenal fans went into meltdown and abusing him as well. Remember, Arsenal fans were abusing Noni Madueke when his transfer was coming in. Now to see the whole Emirates Stadium give him a standing ovation, that was brilliant. That was beautiful to see. He had a brilliant game today. And Arsenal fans, he's definitely changing the opinion of Arsenal fans. He's changing my opinion on him. And that 52 million or whatever we pay for him is starting to look kind of sweet. It's starting to look a little bit sweet. But we'll talk about him a bit more in depth in the player ratings coming up. Now, who else had a brilliant game today? Oh my Lord. Do you know what it was? Before I even talk about the goal, it was corner after corner. Look, I've got it in my notes. I've literally got it in my notes here. Corner, 27 minutes. Noni Madueke takes the corner. Timber headers it. It's saved by Sells. It goes up for another corner. 29. Madueke has a corner. It's cleared, but it's right on the top of the keeper. Corner number 30. Corner on the 30th minute. Eze takes the corner from the left-hand side. Top corner is put on the top of Sells, but it's saved again. Madueke gets another corner. And I said to myself, on the 31st minute, these corners are mounting up. Surely we have to score a goal soon. And the amount of goals that we get from set plays, or the amount of goals that we generate from set plays alone, it just said to myself, the pressure is mounting up and it's going to burst. Because during that first half, it was all Arsenal. We weren't necessarily generating many clean-cut chances on goal. We was attacking the goal, of course, getting shots off and everything else. And towards the end of the first half, it read that Arsenal had 11 shots to Nottingham Forest's 1. But Nottingham Forest weren't in the game. It was all Arsenal. Then it was corner after corner after corner. And then on corner, minute 31, Madueke sends it into the box. It's cleared out and then Zubimendi absolutely wraps his right foot around the ball and sends it into the goal. And oh my Lord, I almost screamed the roof of this house that I'm in right now, but I didn't. But it was a brilliant goal and it got us off the mark. It did get a slight deflection, but even for the technique to keep it down, to give the swerve on it anyway, Lord have mercy. It was a fantastic goal by Martin Zubimendi to start his. I don't think he's had a scoring. They say he hasn't had a scoring day like this in his career, and that doesn't surprise me because he doesn't score goals from outside the box anyway. And then he scores a header in the second half as well with a brilliant ball by Leandro Trossard, who actually comes on. Leandro Trossard comes off the bench for Eze. I'll talk about that. But it was a banger. It was a banger. It was a banger. I'm just excited. No, I'm excited because it's a new look Arsenal. It's a fresh Arsenal. And with the tools that we had, especially from last season as well, I asked ourselves, can we actually be a bit more inventive? Can we be a bit more expansive? Can we improvise a little bit more? Can Arteta improvise a little bit more? Or can we actually really use the tools that we have at our disposal? And we really, really did that today. Someone else that used his tools at his disposal was Victor Gyökeres, and it was assisted by Eze. It was a brilliant ball over the top from Ricardo Calafiori to get the Eze in, and then he sends the ball as a cross over to Gyökeres, who slots it in for his third goal of the season. And we saw this again. Get used to seeing this. Get used to seeing this. You know what I'm saying? Get used to it. So, with that being said, and then obviously Trossard comes on. Madueke gets a standing ovation as well. As I said, he gets a standing ovation. Absolutely brilliant. Trossard comes on, sends in the ball for Zubimendi to get his header, and it's 3-0 to the Arsenal. The only chance I say Nottingham Forest had was a pop shot from Chris Wood. The ball was sent in, and I'm not sure how much he knew about it, but David Raya actually got his fingertips to it. He gets his fingertips to the ball and he tips it onto the crossbar. But that's all Nottingham Forest had. And out of all of that, it's a brilliant day from the Arsenal. Happy, Emirates was happy, I'm happy, all of us are happy at the end of the day, and that's all we can be. That's all we ask for. Be dominant at home. Get your game sorted at home. Don't mess about at home. It's time to stop messing about with these games at home. Rack up the points. We can do that now. And we can rotate players as well. I am looking forward to the Champions League game on Wednesday because I know who's possibility to start that game. Saliba could start that game. Skelly could start that game. Rice could most likely be starting that game. Martinelli. Champions League Martinelli is a different Martinelli as well. I'm not gonna lie. I think Champions League Martinelli is a different Martinelli. It's a little more energy about him in the Champions League. He will start. Could Saka be on the bench? I don't know. But we're going to see players. I mean, Wanyeri's probably going to start if Odegaard is injured. Again, it's going to be a quick turnaround to see if he can get even training in. Actually, no, we'll see how bad the injury is. We'll find out all about that probably on Monday. If Odegaard is going to be fit and available. But anyway, we got options, people. We have a lot of options. We can be happy. This is a new look Arsenal. We can absolutely dominate if we can get this right. And once Saliba's back, once Saka's back, once Havertz is back, once Odegaard, once our full team is back, and we've got a fresh Ben White as well. Oh, mate, we're looking good. We're looking good. So people, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Make sure you smash a like on the video and make sure you subscribe to this channel if you are new. Arsenal 3, Nottingham Forest 0. That's been it from me today, from your host Dini. This has been RASenal TV. Make sure you subscribe to RASenal TV. The player ratings video is coming up next, so make sure you subscribe and notified for that. And I'll also be back tomorrow because we got to get started on our previews for Athletic Bilbao in the Champions League as well. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video, comment. Player ratings up next. Peace.